Hi everybody. I want to talk about Pastor John Gray. I don't know a lot about him, but what I do know is that he is a pastor that has multiple businesses, and he used to work for Joel Osteen, and he's made a good reputation for himself. Recently, he's been in the headlines for buying his wife a $200,000 Lamborghini. What is my opinions on this? I'm just a little black girl living in America, y'all. I'm from New York, right? Any city in America, you'll see homeless people, you'll see shelters filled to capacity, you'll see you'll see it all around the world, right? He said, I was not a pastor when I bought my wife a Lamborghini. It's a husband thing, you know what I mean? I respect that. But the reason I respect that is because you always want to buy your wife the best stuff. But you can't pick and choose when you want to be a pastor, bro. If you serve God, that means you serve God 24/7. You can't just say, oh yeah, I was a pastor here, but then I was a pimp on the side. Or I'm a pastor from 9 to 5, but then, I go out killing people. You know what I mean? Like, if you serve God, that means you serve God at all times. But then it goes to beg the question of, what would God do? Would God buy a $200,000 car? Would Jesus buy a $200,000 car? I doubt it. Listen, I'm not hating, because so many people would love to have the opportunity that he has. He's worked hard, so nobody could take that from him. But it just goes deeper into the psyche of the African American, because you know what? A regular African American, or anybody in the world, they walk around with no jewelry, no nothing on. Nobody pays them any mind. If you want to be seen, what do you do? If you want to be noticed, what do you do? You rack up on jewelry, right? You rack up on expensive cars, a big house, to feel important, because your self-esteem, you don't feel important enough that you could just be content with self. So you want to buy all these luxurious things to be seen, to be noticed, to be heard. Granted, he's already heard, don't get me wrong. I'm not speaking generally about Mr. John Gray. I'm just speaking about the African, because you know what? African Americans weren't able to buy the nicest things they wanted. They always got secondhand stuff. Businesses when I saw the African Americans at a specific point in time. And since then, even like the Mercedes Benz, right? 2 times as many, okay. Black people buy 2 times as many Mercedes Benzes, but yet white people have 2 times the wealth of black Americans. So it begs the question, what is it about the Mercedes Benz that African Americans have to swoop to, What is it about Gucci, Fendi, and Prada that African Americans feel like they gotta grab it all? I mean, like, just what about the Jordan shoe collection that all the kids in the ghetto have to have, but yet they have no money? $150 pair of Jordans that came out already 6 times, but yet the malls are getting flocked with customers for this shoe. What is it? I heard a quote, and it says, the mission is to get rich. not look rich, which is why millionaires and billionaires, you won't even know they're millionaires because they don't need to be all fancied up. You know what I mean? They're content with self. And that's what black people in America have to realize, that we have to be content with self. You know, Safari, he had a crazy jewelry collection, right? Got stolen, right? And then he said on the show, or he was talking to Joe Buttons on Love and Hip Hop New York, that he went and copped it 2 weeks later. The same pair of ice that he just got robbed from him. But the reason I'm upset with Mr. John Gray is because, granted, he has worked hard. He has earned his money. But he said that, he said that, I forgot what he said, but, my mascara is like clumpy. Oh, okay. Yeah, the reason that, I just don't approve of it is because a $200,000 car, there are so many other things you could have done. Like a shelter, build a shelter. You could have put that money into like little Christmas cards for your congregation, for people who are struggling. You could have gotten gift cards to give your congregation for school clothes or Christmas gifts or light bills, light money, whatever. You could have put down a payment to open up a new school. It's just that so many people are homeless and don't have places to stay and are going through hard times, and for people to buy insane items and gifts and material items, to me, it just makes me feel like people don't feel valued with just self. You know, there's nothing wrong with buying a $200,000 car, but the only thing that makes it bad, I guess, in a sense, is because $200,000, you have a church, that money essentially came from the church. Yes, he says he has a business deal with the Oprah Winfrey Network own, and he's on his 4th season of John Gray, that provide him with the opportunity to build, to buy this vehicle. But you know what? Even me, if I was a wife, I'm not in this position. If I was a wife, my husband said, "Here, baby, this is what I got for you. I love you." I would say, "Baby, you know what? Thank you. But your love is all I need. My kids are all we need." You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you for being this generous to get me this gift to go out. You know what I'm saying? To do this for me. I love you. Let's do something special for our congregation. Or let's go around and put this into charities or something, investments. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he said that I can't get over. He said that he was a husband, not a pastor. And regardless, I just feel like there are so many other more meaningful things that could have been done instead of a $200,000 car. $100,000 or $50,000 car. You know what I'm saying? Like, $200,000 car for what? You know, and then it goes to that thing, like, you know, people want to be seen. Like, people want to be seen driving up in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or, you know, a Benz. I'm happy he has the opportunity to do that for his wife. I'm very happy for them. But there are a lot of people that just wish they can have a nice dinner. Or they wish that they could just have a place to sleep. It's cold. It's winter right now. People are suffering out there. You know? Like, you could have opened up something to give people jobs. Open up a business or something, bro. And you could have invested that money and you could have made that money back sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like people are so selfish these days. Like, and then it goes like, would Jesus buy a $200,000 car? You know, would God buy a $200,000? Probably not. You know, but we're talking about man. We're talking about the man. You know, and I just feel like if you're a man of God, you're going to be a man of God 24/7, 365 and a half, or one fourth. Not, you know, 9 to 5. You know what I mean? But I don't know, that's just my thoughts. I'm a little black girl in America. What do I know, right? No, that's just my thoughts on the John Gray situation. I really don't have too much to put into it. You know, I live in New York. I don't follow him. But yeah, you know, people are hurting right now all over the world, and that's it. I wish everybody a blessed day. To the Gray family, congratulations.